Sponsor one woman from the Spiritual Baptist Faith Incorporated who have taken on the challenge of administering 1,000 pap smear tests to women by June. Joining us is Dr. Agatha Carrington, PhD, Sovereign Mother Superior of the Spiritual Baptist Faith Incorporated. Good morning, Doctor, and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning to Tobago. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. And thank you for the opportunity to share on Sponsor One Woman.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Tell us something, Doctor. What inspired this initiative?
Yes. So about one woman. Why one woman?
Yes.
You may or may not recall that for International Women's Day, we launched two projects, one of which was Empower Her and the other Deborah's Courtyard. So we're continuing with our effort. And for Empower Her, what we're doing is targeting at least 1,000 women by June. Why are we doing that? Breast cancer is the most common form of cancer in our population. And therefore, because the data has shown us that 1 in 9 women will develop breast cancer in their lifetime, we thought that that is a priority for us to deal with in our population, along with the other collaborators. In addition to which, the data has shown us that in the case of cervical cancer, that too is a priority because having worked in the system and having continued as a health system specialist, we note that at least, and that's important for us, more than 200 cases of cervical cancer occurs in our population yearly, and we have over 125 deaths. And we thought that this data is important enough, it's critical enough for us to support all those others who are doing similar things like the Cancer Society and others. And therefore, we decided to focus on health and wellness in our women as one of the first leverage points as a faith community. And so that's why we thought we will do that. So by us targeting 1,000 women, we are going to be improving access to breast examinations and pap testing. We want to thank those persons who have already come on board in terms of that. And so we have a commitment from Microlab to assist with the testing of our samples and, in fact, getting the test kits for us, samples, and the reports. And that's a good start. And we have other collaborators. We are in discussions to collaborate with the Cancer Society because they too, this is their central work that they do. And we think that we must do our part as an agency, as a group in society. We are attempting to make some kind of impact because 1,000 women with access is indeed 1,000 women who will know what the status is, what's happening with the breast health, and what's happening in terms of the risk in terms of cervical cancer. So that's why we are doing that. So let me just quickly say that when we launched, we said we launched in Trinidad, and we said we will launch in Tobago, and we are doing so because Tobago, we have quite a lot coming. Let me just say already we have a location not just for the launch, and the launch is expected to be on May 29th. We have already had a location, the Police Credit Union in Montgomery will be the location for the launch, as well as our office will be set up in that building. So we expect to have sustainability of this project because this project will be located in Tobago, be resident in Tobago, and will be delivered in Tobago as well for our Tobago women.
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Carrington. Kindly allow me to just step in here in the interest of time. I know this is something a bit different with Sponsor One Woman. Specifically, you are asking for sponsors to come on board. How can one sponsor and how are the beneficiaries chosen for this?
All right. So persons, firstly, how are the sponsors? You asked me about the sponsors, right?
Yes.
So we have a contact number, 688-0888. We have an advocates register, and we do have a sponsors register. Our email address is SB, so like Spiritual Baptist Faith, Inc., 1212 at Gmail. So that persons can engage us in that way in terms of the telephone contact and email address. If you want to be an advocate to support this initiative, we encourage you to contact us by these two numbers. Our sponsors as well, they are doing the same thing. How are the persons chosen? They are at the launch, the first launch, we had persons who were present and they were given as part of the package. When you attend the launch, you were given a package in which you would have had a voucher for either your breast examination or your pap test. And that's how the first cohort of persons have been and will be selected. So persons attending, you have an opportunity to access that voucher as part of the package we would give you. You have healthy tips, nutritional information, issues about pap testing, issues about women's health, all in your package, and in there your gift as an attendee would be either that or either the pap test, the voucher for the pap test, or a voucher for breast examinations.
Before I go on to my next question, of course, just to commend you and the entire team for bringing this initiative on board and really seeking out to assist women as much as possible. Now, let's go to the actual test itself. Where are the pap tests going to be conducted, and how long is it going to take for results to come in from these tests?
Our expectation is, and because we have partnered with a very efficient lab, Microlab, it is going to be tested there. These are accredited institutions. These are institutions with a good track record. And therefore, we have chosen, because of our information or relationship over time, Microlab will be doing these tests for us. We expect our turnaround time will be not more than 7 working days.
That's fantastic. So you mentioned sustainability when we were speaking about the Tobago location, and you've also used the term cohort 1. So what do we see in the future for Empower Her?
Right, so quite a few things. This Empower Her is not just about health and wellness, right? We continue with our advocacy and awareness. We continue in terms of our mentorship arrangements or skills development or leadership development. So there are several leverage points that will occur on this journey. And the fact that we've set up a permanent space, as it were, because we don't yet own a space, we are going to be looking forward to that. But that for the time being, we will be using rental accommodation. And we thank the Police Credit Union for the use of the space. So let me just say as well, they've sponsored the space for the launch free of charge. But going forward, our office space will be paid for. We want to thank them for sponsoring that for us. So we will be in Tobago now and continuing as we will be in Trinidad.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. Carrington. And again, thanks to you and the entire team for bringing this initiative to life and ensuring that it's something that will continue and will continue to, of course, to assist women. I hope you have an excellent day and looking forward to having you again.
Nice day closing Tobago. Here we come May 29th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Police Credit Union at Mount Marie. We look forward to all our women coming forward to attend and also to benefit from the packages that we will offer to the first cohort of women presenting to us. Thank you very much.
It's been our pleasure. Have an excellent day, Dr. Carrington. Dr. Carrington speaking to us about Sponsor One Woman, a great initiative taking place, of course, in the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, which you can be a part of. Just $150 is going to allow you to sponsor one woman to have those necessary tests. You know, one of the things that really stuck out to me in the conversation was when Dr. Carrington mentioned these statistics in general when it comes to cervical cancer and breast cancer, and how we need to continue to raise that awareness, even though we think we're in this space where we're already aware. There's a lot more that needs to be done.
Of course, and your health is your wealth, so you have to make sure that you check up on it, that you make sure you stay on top of it as much as possible.
Definitely it is. And we're going to be back in a few moments after this short break. Stay tuned. This is an Our Morning Show, Tobago Thursdays.
Tell them this your song. So let me tell you about real woman.